Now she send me message, I go post am now. Now she send me message, but I go post am now.
Okay, I believe you can see my screen now. Please shut that door. Please shut the door. It's like a kitchen. Not as much. So welcome again to Practice English with Diction Queen. And this evening, my goal is simple. My goal is for us to practice a strategy that works to help you improve your pronunciation. Now, there are different strategies that you can use to help you get results immediately when it comes to improving your pronunciation. And one of such strategy is the strategy called the read aloud technique. Read aloud technique. Oh, this laptop's not. Okay. The read aloud technique is that technique that we use when we're not sure of how to pronounce a word. Just like the name, read aloud. So you say a word aloud to yourself, you read sentences aloud to yourself to know how a word is being pronounced. But to do that strategy, to use the technique correctly, you must first learn the pronunciation of the word. So let's quickly do an activity that shows how to learn or how to figure out how a word is being pronounced. So when you see a word, even words that you feel you pronounce well, words like IST, most of us, we mispronounce those words. I hear people say IS is. IS is not is. TO is not to. I'm going to the market. Even simple words like that are often mispronounced. So how do you know how to pronounce these words? One short way you can do that is to consult the dictionary, because you have to be able to pronounce the word first for you to be able to use the read aloud technique correctly. So what you need to do is go on Google, any phone you use, just go on Google and search for that word you're unsure of its pronunciation. So let's assume I want to search for the word IS. Now, it is important to not just search Google. Instead, you search Google using a particular dictionary. So let's assume I want to use the Oxford Dictionary, or maybe the Cambridge. Let's try a different dictionary tonight. I love the Oxford Dictionary, but let's try something different tonight. Let's use the Cambridge Dictionary. Tonight in the academy, I'm going to show us some other dictionaries that could help us to translate, that could transcribe on our behalf, and of course, that we could even use to make sentences and be sure how it's being used. So when you go to this, go on Google, search the name of the word, is, and then the dictionary you would prefer. It could be Macmillan Dictionary, whatever. So let's work with the Cambridge Dictionary, then you search. So can you see it brings you to the Cambridge Dictionary website? So you go in, click on the website. It is loading. Just let me be sure this is recording again. Okay, it's recording. It's loading. The word is still loading. Okay, so it didn't come up with the word, but I can put the word in the search area. If I put the word in the search area, this is the search area where I have search English pronunciation. I'll write the word again and search again. So now look at the pronunciation here. Let me get my touch part. So here, IS is pronounced is, is. That is the strong form. Then if others go and says weak form, z or s. Now, one good thing about the Cambridge Dictionary is that it explains to you sound by sound. That is because you must be able to know these sounds. So, for example, this sound here, I must know how to say this sound, and I must know how to say this sound to be able to say it correctly. Let's assume I don't know. I might want to rely on listening to the voice. But when I listen to the voice here would only give me the strong pronunciation. It will not give the weak pronunciations. So it is important that I am able to decode these transcriptions. We call these transcriptions. When sounds are written in slashes, we call it transcriptions. So it is important that I'm able to decode these transcriptions myself to be able to pronounce the word correctly, right? So for me to pronounce this word, if I want to use the strong form, I'm supposed to simply say is. So when do we use the strong form in pronunciation? We use the strong form in pronunciation when we are talking and we're trying to lay emphasis with what we are saying. So I'm saying something, and when I want to lay emphasis, I should use the strong pronunciation of that word. Now, not all word has strong forms and weak forms. Words that have strong forms and weak forms are words that we call grammar words. Examples of grammar words are articles, prepositions, conjunctions. Those are examples of words or the type of words that we could have their strong form and their weak form. So for words that have strong form and weak forms, we will use the strong form to lay emphasis, while we use the weak form in connected speech. Connected speech is another word for random speech. So when we're talking randomly in conversation, you're discussing with a friend, you're talking to people, you don't have time to emphasize in all. So we call that random speech. So let's go back to the pronunciation of is. The first one is pronounced is. It is important to know how to articulate the sound so that you can use the correct manner of articulation. So the first sound here, the one that looks like capital letter I, it is rightly pronounced A. Watch my mouth, my manner of articulation. A. My jaw drops, my lips are opened, not too open, but it's open. It's a mid sound. A. It is not E. It is A. And then the consonant sound I have is Z. Is. This is the one I'm talking about. You're laying emphasis as this is it, not that one. But if you're not laying emphasis, you're just making statements. I can saw that is the car I saw. That is. Now look here now. When we get to the weak form, the weak form can either be pronounced as Z. That is Z. That is. That is instead of that is. It becomes that is. Z. You only say Z when you're trying to say is, or sometimes you say when you're trying to say is. Now in the what do we call this now? The hard copy pronunciation dictionary, it further explains that we use the z sound when we have a word that start with vowels, while we use the s sound when we start a word that start with a consonant. Let me take that again. It states that we use the z for words if the next word start with vowel, while we use the next word start with a consonant. So the first step for you to be able to use the read aloud technique properly is to be sure of the word you're pronouncing. Now, once you're certain of the word you're pronouncing, the next thing is to then pronounce it correctly and saying it aloud. Now, let me explain something that used to happen while I was still going for Arabic classes. Years ago, when I was going for Arabic classes, or maybe when we're even at home, and dad is like, okay, go get the Quran and read. When you're reading inside, when you're not reading aloud, or let me talk from my own experience, when I am not reading aloud, it feels like I am pronouncing all the Arabic words correctly. because sometimes you would rush what saying the words. So it just feels like you're pronouncing the words correctly because you're not saying it out. But at the time when it becomes you say it out, you read it out, I want to hear, you realize that most of those words that you rushed over, you did not pronounce them the way they should be pronounced. So reading aloud is quite different from reading inside your mind. And that also happens with English. A lot of us, when we read English or when we read in English and you're reading in your mind, you might read so fast. And of course, that can make you prone to mispronunciations. But when you read out, especially when you consciously listen to yourself, that is the key part in all of this. Listening to yourself. A lot of us, we do not listen to ourselves. There's a saying that says you can't hear yourself. Yes, it is tougher when you're trying to hear what you're saying. When you're trying to hear yourself, it is tougher. But then you can listen to yourself. It means that you're conscious. And there's a difference between being conscious and being careful. I wrote an article about that months ago. As a learner of English pronunciation, do not be careful, instead be conscious. Being careful is you're being afraid to make mistakes. So you go really slow. Your countenance is different. Some of us are even afraid to try at all. That is being careful. Now, being conscious is you trying intentionally saying these words or these sentences aloud and listening to yourself for errors. So once you realize that, okay, that is not how it is being pronounced, then you're expected to say it again. So it means you're correcting yourself immediately. That's a Montessori approach. You make errors and you correct yourself immediately, but you cannot do that effectively if you do not even know the meaning of the right pronunciations of these words. So the first step is to get the right pronunciations. The second step is then to read aloud. While reading aloud, pay attention to the word. Listen to yourself by staying conscious. Do not be careful. So tonight, what we'll be practicing is the read aloud technique. So I have a reading, like I said earlier, this is not a religious setting, but the reading that I have tonight has to do about what the Christians are celebrating tonight. So if you're a Muslim here, I hope you would not you will not feel bad about this. Like I said again, this is not a Christian setting. I just thought it's another opportunity for us to talk about words that we might not always be talking about in the academy. So let's kickstart. So I'll go through the words one after the other first. Pay attention to my manner of articulation. I have 3 passages, but we would be able to take just one of them together in the first 1 hour. And in the second 1 hour, after those who didn't register for the 6 Diction Master Academy as left, would continue with the other 2 parts. So let's take this first part first. Now, the first word I have here is rightly pronounced tonight. Tonight. So it is not tonight. Tonight. The key sound here is the sound of letter O. The letter O in that word makes the sure sound. What is the sure sound? Because we have lots of sure sounds in this reading. So let's really talk about the sure sound. The sure sound is written this way, and it is a weak sound. It is rightly pronounced by opening your mouth a bit. Just open the mouth a bit like this. Uh, 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 just like that. Make sure your mouth is not wide open. Excuse me, please. So it is, uh, make sure your mouth is not wide open. Tonight, tonight. Okay, let's proceed. Now, the next word we have is AS. So just like we have, excuse me, Just like we have the word is. Remember earlier, we checked the dictionary and we realized that is pronounced is, the S changes to a Z, or sometimes you can just use the Z sound. AS is rightly pronounced as. That is the strong form, while the weak form is as. The weak form, we're using the weak form of this word as its connected speech. Tonight is not as the sure, and then you change the S to a Z, is the TH pronunciation. Your tongue should be outside. Is the sun, not son. Sun. As a sun dips low. Pay attention to LOW. LOW has a diphthong. In English, there are different types of vowels. We have monophthongs, diphthongs, and triphthongs. Diphthongs are vowel sounds that are written in two. And you need to move slowly from the first sound to the second sound. The O sound is written like this. O. It has the schwa first, and it has the O sound. O. Low. Road. Slow. And so many other words like that. So let's proceed. Tonight is the sun dips low on this Good Friday. On this good. Take the word good. It is not Good Friday. It is good. 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 I expect that you try to mimic my manner of articulation. Remember, our focus tonight is manner of articulation. We must be able to pronounce these set of words correctly so that henceforth, when we see them, we can use them correctly. And then we can go, even after this class, to practice read aloud sessions on ourselves. So let's try it again. Tonight, because there's a comma, I need to take a short pause. Tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday, Friday, not Friday. Friday. There's another comma, so you need a short pause. Don't rush it together. A time observed. Look at this word. The first letter O makes the sure. Not ob. It's not observe. It is I had talked about the sure. That weak sound. Make sure your mouth is not open. Observe. The S there sounds like a Z. Observe. The E and R is a vowel. The vowel is a long one because when you have letter R after a vowel, the vowel will make a longer sound. Observed with. So it's not observed, it is observed. Observed. Observed with. Let's take it again from the beginning. Tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday, a time observed with solemn, not solemn, as an orange, solemn. The E here makes a sure as well, solemn. With solemn reflection. It's not reflection. Tion. You can make different sounds, but in this word, it's sounding shin. By Christians. Now let's talk about this word. This word has two pronunciations. The common one is Christ. Oh, PSN. Excuse me, please. Please get the solar. The common pronunciation we hear people pronounce is Christian. Priest. They use the T sound. Christian. Now, the first entry in the dictionary is actually Christian. The T and I sounds like CH. Christian. By a Christian. So whether you're a Muslim or a Christian, it is important you know how to pronounce this word, right? So it is Christian. Christian brothers and sisters. Brothers. We have TH in that word. Your tongue should be outside. Bra, not bra. Bra, brothers. The sure again. Just pay attention to the sure, especially the Ghanaians here. The Ghanaians often mispronounce the sure sounds a lot. You hear bra there. It's not there. It is the brother. Uh, uh, brothers and sisters. Herein, here, 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 herein, not in. So it is rightly pronounced herein, Nigeria. Niger. The letter G here should change to a J. Nigeria. And across the globe. So let's stop here right now so that some people can practice with me and we proceed. So Nigeria. The G there sounds like a J. Nigeria. And across. So talking about the word A and D. The word A and D. It also has more than one pronunciation. The strong form of A and D is and. And. Well, the weak forms, there are two weak forms. We have und. In fact, three weak forms. We have und. You change the letter A there, so assure, and say und. Or you take away the d at the end and just say un. So I can say, here in Nigeria, and around, and across, rather, and across, the D at the end of A and D is not heard. And across instead of and across. Or I can decide to pronounce A and D as just n. I see it's just letter N that is there. Across. So it depends on which one you want to use. Remember, we use a strong form for emphases. We use the weak form in connected speech. So let's take it again from tonight and we stop at globe. Tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday, a time observed with solemn reflection by our Christian brothers and sisters here in Nigeria and across the globe. What am I doing? I'm making sure that each word is given the right precision. Each word is rightly pronounced. I do not have to twist my tongue. I do not have to fake my voice to read this properly. Just pay attention to the sound, not the words. To do that, you must know how these words are pronounced. So one of the things that we do in the academy is we focus on these sounds. We did put you through all the sounds in the English language so that you get familiar with them and you can identify them in words, right? But like I gave, if you are not able to identify them, you can consult the dictionary. But not every time you would have access to the dictionary before speaking. Or maybe when you even have access to the dictionary, you might not be able to identify these sounds, right? You might not be able to decode them. You still need to learn them so you can decode them. Then once you're able to pronounce these words correctly, start practicing read aloud. So if I were you, the few words I have learned tonight, I can use all of these words to make different sentences and start reading them out to myself. Now, what will reading aloud technique do for you? Number one, it helps you improve your pronunciation. Number two, it makes it easy for you to be able to love your voice. If you're not the type that listens to your voice before, the first time it sounds ridiculous to yourself. It's normal for everyone. It's not just you. But the more you listen to your voice, the better it becomes. The third thing it does, it helps you to know how well your voice is. Do you love what you hear, or you want to work on it? So if you want to work on it, the more you read, the better you can twist it to sound like what you're comfortable with. So the read aloud technique is great. And that's why we say that in the academy every day, send voice notes of your task to the group. Aside from the instructor listening to you and giving feedback, it allows you to also listen to yourself. And sometimes you have to delete over and over again before you get the one you think you want to submit. That way you are training yourself. But it's not just enough to just pick up your phone and pronounce your words. You must know how those words are pronounced. So let's go through this reading again, and I'll call a few people. Please, if you're in the academy, I do not want you to practice with me in this first 1 hour. Once we end this first 1 hour, we'll practice together. Please give opportunities to those that are not in the academy to practice with me. So how do you practice with me? If you go below your screen, you're going to find somewhere that says reaction. Click on it. You would find something that says raise hand. Once you click on raise hand, I will see your hand up and I will be able to call you. So you can start raising your hand if you would like to practice with me. But let's take the reading again. Remember, it is not just important to read, you should also read properly. So I have tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday, a time observed with solemn reflection by our Christian brothers and sisters here in Nigeria and across the globe. So the first hand I have up is Bossy Esther. Good evening, Bossy. Please unmute. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Tonight,
Okay.
as the sun dips low on this Good Friday, the
Pay
time
attention
of
to the word low. Take it again from the word low. Dips low. I want you to go that way. Dips low instead of dips low. I want you to go dips low.
It's not bold enough. I can't see very well.
Can you zoom your phone? You can zoom your phone.
I don't know how to zoom. Tonight.
Two fingers on your screen and just try to move it like you're moving a mouse, something like that.
Not moving. Let me
It's
manage.
not moving. Okay, ma'am.
Tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday, a time observed with solemn reflection by our Christian brothers and sisters here in Nigeria and across the globe.
Okay, well done. Well done. Pay attention to the word Nigeria, not Nigeria, Nigeria, and across, not and across. There's a sure. The letter A in across makes the sure. And across the globe. Please take it again from here in Nigeria and across the globe.
Here in Nigeria and across the globe. Here in Nigeria and across the globe.
Okay, well done, ma'am. Thank you. Please mute yourself, ma'am. You're welcome. Okay, next I have Kowe. Kowe, please unmute yourself.
Good evening, Diction Queen.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Let's take the reading now from tonight.
Okay. Tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Observed.
Good Friday.
On this Good Friday.
I can see here good. The word is good. Oh, Good Friday.
On this Good Friday,
Yes, ma'am.
a time observed with
Christian
solemn reflection,
Solemn, with solemn.
solemn reflection by our Christian brothers
brother.
and sisters here in Nigeria and across the globe.
Okay, you did well with your articulation, but you need to work on trunking. That is the way you break your words in between. We don't just break our words anyhow. I expected you to say brothers and sisters together, but you said it differently. You were like brothers and sisters. If somebody who doesn't have access to the reading is listening to you, they might not really understand what you've read, because there's some words you're expected to pair together so that it can make better sense to them. But like I said, that's a good effort. Well done, ma'am. Please mute yourself. Also, I could
Thank you,
hear
ma'am.
someone else's voice in the background. Please mute yourself, everyone, so that we can hear ourselves clearly. Okay, Christy, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Diction Queen.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. And you?
I'm well too. Please take the reading.
Okay. Tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday, a time observed with solemn reflection by our Christian brothers and sisters here in Nigeria and across the globe. Wow!
That's a good one. I just wanted to pay attention to two words. The first is observed. The last sound must be heard. And glow. The O sound we have in low is the same sound we have in globe. That's a good one. Keep practicing, ma'am. I love your progress. Yes, ma'am. Okay, Carolyn, please unmute yourself. Good evening. So I'll take two more people and we move to the next reading passage.
Good evening, Diction Queen.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
My name is Caroline. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Yes, very well too. Let's take the reading.
Okay. Tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday.
Good. On this Good Friday. Yes, good.
Good Friday. Sorry, Mom.
Take care.
A time observed with solemn reflection.
Solemn. With solemn.
Thank you. With solemn reflection by our Christian brothers. Reflection by
not
our
shun,
Christian
reflection.
Okay, reflection by our Christian brothers and sisters here in Nigeria and across the globe.
Okay, ma'am, please. Yes, I would love you to take it again from reflection. It's not shun, it's shun, reflection.
Reflection by our Christian brothers and sisters.
By our Christian, by our, not by our, by our Christian.
By our Christian brothers and sisters here in Nigeria and across
Nigeria. Here in
Nigeria and across the globe.
That's a good read. Well done. Please keep practicing. You're welcome. Sunday, good evening. Sunday, good evening, sir. Is it a sir? Okay, I think it's a ma'am.
Good evening,
good evening, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. I read.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Please let's take note. It's not just the reading we're taking that we should pay attention to every other thing we're talking about as well. From the greeting to the compliment to the acknowledgement, everything, we should consciously pronounce them well. And when we leave the academy as well and we go out there, we should consciously remember how they're being pronounced as well. Please go ahead and read, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Tonight, as the sun dips low on this Good Friday, a time observed with solemn reflection
Solemn.
by
Solemn.
solemn reflection by our Christian brothers and sisters hearing Nigeria and across the globe.
Okay, I love it. Here in Nigeria, I love it, but the way you landed it make it sounded somehow.
Okay.
Then I love how you read. Well done. Well done. I would have loved you to take the reading again, but there is really no time. But that's a great one. Well done, ma'am. So I'll take the next part of reading. I will take another five people to practice with me. Okay, please, if you raised your hand earlier, please do not raise your hand again so we can have enough time for others to practice. Sure. Okay, so I'll continue from let us plus from here. I'll continue from here. Let us pause. Pause. And that word pause, the vowel, the A and U that we have in that word, make this sound. Americans articulate it as O, pause. British articulated as, Americans articulated as O, pause. British articulated as O, pause. So I'll go with the British pronunciation. Let us pause and consider, not consider. The letter O after letter C makes the sure. Consider, it's not consider. Let us consider the power of, and the word power, it ends with letter R. The next word starts with a vowel. So you link both. Power of. Also, the F here sounds like V. The F here sounds like V. Power of. Power of. Not power of. Power of remembrance. So let's take it again. Let us pause and consider the power of remembrance. For Christians, this day marks a long vowel, marks, not max. This day marks a pivotal, not pivotal, pivotal. First, the letter I in that word sounds A, P, not P, A. The same sound we had in IS. Piv. The letter O here makes the sure sound. Piv, piv, v, piv. The letter A is not saying anything. So we don't say pivotal. Pivotal moment. In their faith. A day of acknowledging sacrifice. Again, a day, not a day. This right here is another sure. A day of, the F sounds like a V. A day of acknowledging sacrifice and the profound love. profound. So I'll take it again from for Christians. For Christians, this day marks a pivotal moment in their faith, a day of acknowledging. Remember, the F in of sounds like a V. A day of acknowledging sacrifice and the profound, the O here makes a sure. So it's not profound, it's profound love. Please watch my mouth as I pronounce the word love. The O in that word sounds love. Don't open your mouth wide. Profound love. Demonstrated, not demonstrated. Let's talk about stress in the word demonstrated. In English language, when you have a word that has more than one syllable, a part of the word must be stressed. So in the word demonstrated, the E is stressed. Demonstrate, then the ED here sounds aid. Demonstrated, not TED. Demonstrated on the cross. So stop here. We'll practice together and then we'll end the session and allow those in the academy to fully take charge, keep practicing, and of course, join the breakout room. So I'll take it again from let us pause. If you're following, you realize that English pronunciation has a lot of features that you need to put together to help you sound better. Please give me water. One of it is precise articulation, clearly articulating your words. That way, you need to learn about 44 sounds. Second is stressing your words. When you have words that have more than one syllable, like consider, I don't just say consider, it's consider. Remembrance, a part of those words are stressed. Questions, pivotal, moment, acknowledging, sacrifice, demonstrated. Part of those words are stressed. You don't just open your mouth and pronounce them anyhow. Another is how you land. You realize that when others were practicing earlier, I talked about their landing. The way you land would help us know where you're coming from. Maybe you're sounding like an Indian, or you're sounding like a Yoruba person, or you're sounding French. How you land is very important as you read as well. Another is chunking. Just like when you're driving, there's a lot of things you need to put together to help you become a good driver. Same with speaking with clear and precise pronunciation. So let's go through this again. And everything is what we cover in the academy. It's not something we can do in one day. So this reading will be much easier for those in the academy because they have video lessons that they go through every day, Mondays to Fridays, to help them learn these features. And then when we come together on Friday and on Saturday, we practice them. So it's easier for them to understand and to put to use than someone who's just perhaps hearing about them or might not have another opportunity to hear about them again until another Friday. So let's take the reading again. Let us pause and consider the power of remembrance. For Christians, this day marks a pivotal moment in their faith, a day of acknowledging sacrifice and profound love demonstrated on the cross. Okay, so I'll call 5 more people and then would have to proceed to those in the academy. So I have Ramotu. Ramotu, please unmute. Good evening. Ramotu, good evening. Ramotu, are you here? Good evening.
Good evening, please.
Good evening, ma'am. Please take the greeting again. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, you're sounding good evening. I said good evening. I used a falling intonation You're using more like a rising intonation. So let's try it again. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, ma'am. So please go through the reading from let us pause and consider.
Let us pause and consider the power of remembrance.
The power of
remembrance. For Christians, this day marks
this CNH. Put your tongue outside.
This day marks a pivotal.
This day marks a pivotal.
This day marks a pivotal moment in their faith. A day of acknowledging sacrifice and a profound love demonstrated.
And profound, not profound. And profound love. Profound love.
And a profound love demonstrated.
Sorry, somebody says, hold on, ma'am, we are not seeing your face. A write-up is covering it. According to my screen, there is no write-up covering it. You might want to try to move your own slide on your phone. According to my phone, everything is well stated. My face is up there. It's not even where the write-up is. So I don't know what write-up you're talking. I'm also checking it now. And according to my screen, it's well placed. So maybe you check your device. You can scroll left, scroll right to see if that can be controlled from your end. Okay, please go ahead, Ramotu.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. A day of acknowledging sacrifice and a profound love demonstrated. And a profound love demonstrated on the cross. Like crucifixion and atonement.
No, we stopped at cross.
Okay,
you stopped at cross. Yes, ma'am. That's good, but I must say you have a long way to go, Ramotu. Keep practicing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Keep learning as well. It's when you learn and you know the correct thing that you can practice the correct thing anyway. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rakia, please unmute. Rakia, please unmute. Rakia, are you here? Please unmute. Okay, let me call on someone else. Mufutau, please unmute. Mufutau, good evening.
Good evening, Madam.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. How are you today?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Please take the reading from let us pause until cross.
All right, ma'am. Let us pause and consider the power of remembrance. For Christians, this day marks a pivotal movement in the faith, a day of acknowledging sacrifice and the profound love demonstrated on the cross.
Profound and the profound.
And the profound love demonstrated on the cross.
Demonstrated on the cross.
Cross. Can I go over again?
Please.
Ma?
Yes, ma'am. Please go over it again.
Okay, thank you, ma. Let us pause and consider the power of remembrance. For Christians, this day mark a pivotal moment in the faith.
Pivotal. This day marks a pivotal.
pivotal moment in the faith, a day of acknowledging sacrifice and the profound love demonstrated.
And the profound, not profound, profound.
Okay. And the profound love demonstrated in the cross.
On the cross. Okay, that's better than the first. It's better than the first reading. You can do better.
I should go over again.
No, ma'am, you can't go over it again because we have limited time. Except if you're in the 6 Years Academy, then when it's time, you can go over it again. Okay. I think I need to call 2 more people. Lami, please unmute. Lami, please unmute.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, ma'am. How are you this evening?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Irene, let us pause and consider the power of remembrance. For Christians, this day marks a pivotal moment in their faith, a day of acknowledging sacrifice and the profound love demonstrated on the cross. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You read well. Well done. Keep practicing as well so you can keep doing better. So we have one more person to call. You're welcome, ma'am. Ogundiran, please unmute.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ogundiran, good evening, ma'am.
Okay.
Please take the reading from Let Us Pause.
Let us pause and consider the power of...
Pause. It sounds like a Z. Pause.
Let us pause and consider the power of remembrance. For Christians, this day marks a pivotal moment in their faith, a day of acknowledging sacrifice and the profound love demonstrated on... Thank you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thanks. I have it now. Can you access it?
No, I think... Okay, yes.
Okay.
Can I read over again?
Yes, ma'am.
Let us pause and consider the power of remembrance. For Christians, this day marks a pivotal moment in their faith, a day of acknowledging sacrifice and the profound love demonstrated.
Profound
love demonstrated on the cross. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. You also need to keep practicing,
Thank you.
Gradually moving. Well done, ma'am. I would want you to pay more attention to how you link your words. Instead of reading the words one after the other, you expect to link them. So well done, everyone. It's interesting doing this with you again this evening. And I would say that thank you for showing up, those that are not in the academy and those that are in the academy. And of course, put in the work. The honest thing is not just showing up, but then practicing. Remember the technique we're learning this evening, reading aloud. So please, henceforth, start to read aloud. If you want to read newspaper, if you're the type that love reading newspaper, you love to read on social media, you could take 3 words out of what you want to read, out of the post, out of maybe the Bible verse, out of whatever it is you're reading. 2 or 3 of them that you're unsure of the pronunciation. I guided us on how to check using the dictionary earlier. Consult the dictionary. If you cannot decode the sounds, listen to the pronunciations. That works as well. Just that the pronunciations most times, they do just the first one. You might have words that have more than 3 or more than 1 pronunciation. Whichever, at least you can start with that first one while you're learning how words are being pronounced. And then you practice read aloud. You can do that anytime that is convenient for you, whether when you're home or you're alone at the office or somewhere. That is part of practicing. And I must say that I saw some breakthrough today At least I saw 2-3 people who read better, and that is really interested. But the thing is, I have discovered something that might interest you after working with thousands of people. And the thing is, the small weekly sessions, they're just the tip of the iceberg. It's like dipping your toe in the water when what really transforms your speech is full immersion. So what do I mean by full immersion? Dedicating yourself to this, it doesn't mean not speaking your native language. It just means that every time you want to speak English, you want to consciously speak it the way it should be spoken. I've talked about you watching recommended movies. Don't just watch movies for watching sake. Earlier this afternoon, I was on YouTube and I came across an AI site where they take English reading. And I was reading along, and funnily, it dawned on me that most of these AIs don't even follow the standard English pronunciations as written in the dictionary. And the more I move, I then realized that there are some sites that you might need to start to follow online. I'll be sharing some of these sites, some of these dictionaries with those in the academy tonight. That is part of full immersion. You might not have the whole day to always check them, but at least the few minutes you have, please check them. Please let me pass the laptop charger. Check them. So let me ask you something. How many of you found this session interesting? How many of you wish that we had more time to practice together? In the chat, I can see 2-3 comments saying, please call me. Like I said, I can't call you until you raise hand, and there are still a lot of people raising hands that have not called. That is because we do not have all day. But in the academy, we ensure that those that raise their hands are called. They have the time to practice. And of course, they still get to go to the breakout room to practice with other participants. Or maybe you thought you'd love to master the sounds so that you can be able to pronounce these words yourself. The truth is you need guidance, and that is what we do in the Diction Mastery Academy. I used to only offer this weekly sessions to those in the academy before on Saturdays, but when I noticed the difference, that was why we started doing Fridays and Saturdays. Before it used to be Saturdays. It was until a few weeks ago we started doing Friday and Saturday so that you can have a feel of what it is like to be in the academy. And you've not even had a feel at all, because the big part, the part where those in the academy really love, which is the breakout room, we do not have time to do that here. So what I would say is, if you really want to make real transformation and start to speak better, then the 6th Diction Mastery Academy is where you should be. Because the challenge with improving your diction isn't about learning fancy techniques. Rather, it is about rewiring your pathways so that you can start to speak better. Imagine something you've been doing for years and you want to just change it in 1 hour or 1 week. It doesn't work like that. And that's why right after this call, I'm hosting an extended practice session with those in the academy where they would be diving deeper into today's techniques, getting personal feedback like we saw here, and then accelerating their progress. And of course, tomorrow again in the academy would meet again, where we'd have the question and answer session to troubleshoot their specific challenges, and also where they would have access to the breakout room. So they have 2 sessions for breakout room every week. And Mondays to Fridays, they learn at their own preferred time, submit the assignment on the assignment group. We listen to the assignments and we give feedback. So I don't share this to make you feel like you're missing out. I'm sharing it because I genuinely want you to experience the transformation that happens when you immerse yourself in consistent practice. So the members in our academy aren't just getting weekend sessions. They are also following a structured daily program that takes less than 5 minutes each day, Mondays to Fridays, to learn. They build systematic on previous learning. And of course, we provide immediate feedback. They send voice notes of what they have learned to the group, and we provide feedback to the voice note they have sent, which helps to create that consistency that they need to rewire their speech pattern. So like I said earlier, it is about rewiring your speech pattern, something you've been doing for years. It's about finding something to help you change it. And honestly, that is the secret sauce I have discovered after years of teaching diction. It's not about practicing hard, but practicing smarter and consistently. So now some of you are perfectly happy joining this Friday session, and that's wonderful. I am thrilled to have you here each week. But also know that some of you are serious about transforming your speech, maybe for professional reason, personal confidence, or maybe because you're just tired of being misunderstood. If that is you, and if you're ready to take this journey seriously, I am inviting you again to the Diction Mastery Academy. And all you need is 20,999 Naira if you're in Nigeria. If you're in Ghana, all you need is 270 Ghana cedis. This would afford you to get access to our daily structured learning, Mondays to Fridays. You learn at your convenient time. All you need is 5 minutes. You also get access to extended practice in our members-only session that will start right now. We do that every Friday. So once I end this session, we continue with those that are in the academy alone. You also get access to a Saturday question and answer troubleshooting session, where you can also join others to practice in the breakout room. The breakout room is a smaller group where you practice with each other. Then you get personalized feedback on your specific speech pattern, Mondays to Saturdays. And of course, you continue learning throughout the week. So if you're in Nigeria, all you need is 20,999 Naira. If you're in Ghana, all you need is 270 Ghana cedis. So I'm not going to spend 30 minutes telling you how amazing the academy is, because the results speak for themselves. And of course, you have already experienced a taste of it. So if you're in Nigeria and you're ready to continue this journey and accelerate your progress, simply make your payment into this account, UBA account, 2069725016. If you are in Ghana and you'd like to, of course, continue this journey and accelerate your progress, all you need is to make your payment into the Ghana account. You can use our Momo account. You're paying 270 Ghana cedis into our MTN Momo line 0540596352. Chupebuka Ifesinachi Godwin. Or you could use our Vodafone line 0502328878 on support Chidima. And if you're not yet ready, that's completely fine. I'll see you again next week for another session. And the invitation remains open whenever you decide you're ready to start. So one last thing I want to share is every single member who is fully participated in the academy has experienced significant improvement. I can say that with my mouth open. They are here, so they can testify to that. They know where they were when they started, and of course, they should know where they are now that they have started. So many reports that colleagues, friends, and family members notice their difference in 3 days. It is in 3 weeks, rather. You see, and that is not because I'm a magical teacher, no, but it's because we are following a system that works, and we're following it consistently. So whether you join us today or you join us next week, or you continue with the Friday session, know that you're on the right path by showing up and practice. But the rate at which you show up and practice would identify your results. So if you have any question about the academy, please ask. I'll round up this session in 1 minute. If you have any question about the academy or about what we have learned tonight, please ask. I'll round up this session in 1 minute. Any question? So that I can have the time to fully take those that are in the academy. So once I end this session, you know, as we do it, I will send a new link to the academy. Okay, David says I'm interested and I will join the academy soon. You're welcome, David. So once we end this session, I would send the link, a new link for you to join the Zoom session again so we can continue practicing with those in the academy. So if you're in the academy, just go to the group, the academy, the WhatsApp group, the support group, or the assignment group to get the new link. Okay? I'm blessed. I'm just joining tonight. I'd like to be part of the academy. Please, how can I enroll my adolescent kids to diction class? The academy works for children from age 13 to adulthood. From 13 years, you can learn in the academy. But if you have for children younger than that, we're having a class for children, I think it's tomorrow afternoon. So you can just check the group for more information. So if you're really interested in joining the academy again so that you can start learning tonight, you can join our session tonight. Remember, we are not ending the session now. We're just ending the session for those that are not in the academy. Once I end this session, I'll continue with those in the academy. So if you can start tonight, here's the account details again. If you're in Nigeria, all you need is 20,999 naira. Pay into 2069725016 Olubukola Agbala DBA. If you're in Ghana, you can pay to our MTN Momo line 0540596352. Chukwuebuka Ifesinachi Godwin, or to our Vodafone line 0502328878 on support Chidema. Do we have any question? I tried unmuting me when you called, but couldn't. Sorry about that. People are beginning to see changes whenever I speak English. Sonia, I appreciate your feedback. Good morning. I posted blah, blah. No, Jacinta, I do not agree to that. Please make sure you send your assignment to the assignment group until this evening. Assignments are not even attended to on Saturdays and on Sundays. Until this evening, I'm on my WhatsApp now trying to check the assignment group. Assignments are being attended to until I'm checking. Give me a few seconds. So it's either you're not sending it to the right group. Where is the group? It's either you're not sending it to the right group. Make sure you're sending it to the WhatsApp group, not the e-learning platform. Make sure it's been sent to the WhatsApp group until 7:56 rather. According to my WhatsApp, assignments are attended to this evening until 7:56 tonight. And we do that every day, Mondays to Fridays. So it's either you're not submitting it to the appropriate platform, or you're not even checking if yours has been attended to. Okay, any other question? Please read that and send it to us on WhatsApp so we can listen to it. Those on the e-learning platform, on their site, those on the 6-week Diction Master Academy will get the reading and they'll practice again even after now. But those that are not in the academy will not. Please, how much is the registration? It's 20,999 naira if you're on YouTube. If you're in Nigeria, excuse me. If you're in Ghana, it is 270 Ghana cedis. I didn't enjoy it the way I wanted because I struggled to hear you, even to understand. I think that has to do with your device or your network. The class is an interesting one, but not really happy I did not test myself today. If you really want to test yourself, you want to practice, join the 6-week Diction Master Academy. I wish I could join the academy. Unfortunately, I'm not stable to do that. May the Almighty make way. The class is very insightful. God bless you. Yes, very interesting. Okay. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you, everyone. So I'll continue now with those in the academy. So if you'd like to join with us, all you have to do is make your payment right now. The account details is still on the screen. If you're in Nigeria, make your payment of 20,999 naira to the UBA account Olubukola Agbalaya 2069725016. If you're in Nigeria, if you're in Ghana, make your payment of 270 Ghana cedis to MTN Momo line or the Vodafone line. Once you make your payment, send your receipt to the group. The admin will be there to add you to the group, to the 6-week Diction Master Academy group immediately so that you can join us. So bye-bye, everyone. Those in the academy, let's meet in the group for a new link. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.